The Simpsons is one of the most popular animated series that we all know and have watched at least once. However, this cartoon contains many not-so-innocent references and hidden messages that predict future events. For example, in a scene that aired in 1993 and took place in a casino, we see a show performed by two illusionists. These two performers, whose real names are Roy Horn and Siegfried Fischbacher, are famous showmen who have performed many shows in America. In the continuation of the scene, we see that these two performers are attacked by a white tiger while performing their show. Incredibly, exactly 10 years later, Roy Horn and Siegfried Fischbacher, the real-life magicians, perform a show at a casino and are attacked by a white tiger during the performance. The names, locations, and even the color of the attacking tiger are the same as in the Simpsons scene. It is a mystery how the directors of the Simpsons cartoon predicted this event. Now, we will reveal an even more interesting and profound prediction. In the cartoon, the character becomes paranoid, thinking that someone is recording his conversations and watching his every move. Pay attention to the scene where there is a sign that says NASA in the background. The directors are actually emphasizing to the viewers that NASA is watching everyone. A few years later, Edward Snowden, a former American intelligence employee, resigned and sought asylum in Russia. He revealed that NASA was indeed watching everyone, recording the conversations of people who use cell phones and even accessing the cameras on those phones to observe people's actions second by second. Do you think it could be a coincidence that the Simpsons cartoon highlighted NASA's surveillance of everyone, and a few years later, a NASA employee documented and exposed these facts? Wait, these are still the simpler ones. The Simpsons is getting darker and more mysterious. The footage you are about to watch is from an episode that aired in 1997. The family members are expressing their love for New York. In fact, in this episode, the Simpsons family speaks negatively about the Twin Towers and uses phrases like jumping off the towers and blowing them up. The children also make fun of individuals who are Jewish based on their clothing, and one of them shows a brochure that displays the number 9 and a picture of the Twin Towers, which when placed side by side, forms the number 911. Listen carefully. On September 11, 2001, Osama bin Laden carried out a terrorist attack on the Twin Towers, causing them to collapse. This attack was the largest terrorist attack in history, and the terrorists chose the code for the attack to be 911. If you pay attention, the attack occurred in September, the 9th month, and there are 2 ones, making it 911. On September 11, 2001, New York was covered in bloodshed due to the attack on the towers. But it's not over yet. In the same episode, we see the Twin Towers covered in smoke, just like the attacks that would occur 4 years later. According to some experts, America carried out this attack on its own to be able to intervene in the Middle East. And in the Simpsons cartoon, some messages were being conveyed regarding this matter. In 2013, Ebola virus started to spread, an incurable and deadly disease. When the virus began to affect the world, thousands of deaths, quarantines, and fear emerged in many countries. If it wasn't brought under control, it could have caused a pandemic that could have wiped out humanity. Interestingly, in 1996, in this cartoon, we see that the topic of Ebola was frequently mentioned. The episode that mentions the Ebola virus is full of mysteries. We see a clock next to the book about Ebola, and one of the characters holds a sign that reads, "The end is near," referring to Ebola. How could they have known that Ebola would cause worldwide devastation? How could they have predicted it? Donald Trump's presidency was also predicted in a surprising way in an episode of the Simpsons cartoon many years ago. In the scene, we see a woman sitting in the presidential seat saying the following words: "We inherited a huge budget crunch from President Trump." So, Trump became president, finished his term, and a woman was elected to succeed him. The first part of the prediction came true as Trump became president. Now, we have to wait and see if the second part of the prediction also comes true, which would mean a female leader will take over after Trump. If that happens, it would prove that the creators of The Simpsons got insider information from the American Secret Service. Now, there is a mistake that needs to be corrected. Many YouTube channels, among others, fell into a big misconception, claiming that this scene was already present in The Simpsons cartoon years ago, and that it came true when Trump was elected president. Unfortunately, these YouTube channels spread false information due to their excitement. The fact is that this episode of The Simpsons was aired on July 7th, 1 month after Trump made these speeches. There is another mistake that needs to be corrected. Some YouTube channels, again succumbing to their excitement, claimed that The Simpsons showed Apple's touchscreen and error correction system. They said this was a reference to the touchscreen phones discovered in 2007. But the truth is different. In the mid-90s, interesting communication products with touch screens and error correction systems, such as the Wattpaddler and Call devices, were launched in America. However, the error correction system of these devices was so annoying that they were quickly removed from the market. In the cartoon, we see the character throwing away the device in frustration with the error correction system. The Simpsons also have scenes that reveal various useful information and surprising facts about the world. For example, after stating that fast food companies use machine grease instead of regular oil to make more profits, it was discovered a few weeks later that all major fast food chains around the world actually do use grease. This was widely reported in the media. In another scene, it is explicitly stated that boys enrolled in baseball schools are subject to sexual abuse, and a few days later it was revealed that such abuse did take place in real baseball clubs depicted in The Simpsons. This scandal made history, and strangely enough, it was The Simpsons that exposed it. In summary, The Simpsons have been known to provide insightful information and expose scandals in their scenes. I think this claim is strong because since The Simpsons premiered, they have covered many political events both in the US and other countries. In fact, in one episode, a character looked at a Turkish ship sailing towards the sea and shouted, "Hey, you fools who divided Cyprus and insulted Turkey and Bülent Ecevit, who is known for adding an additional piece of land to the Turkish Republic and expanding our nerves in the last 80 years. Due to this move, the US and Europe imposed significant economic sanctions. The issue of the occupation of Cyprus by the Turkish Republic was also used critically in The Simpsons. Now, the activities in Arab countries have become the subject of this animated series. Let's see what unknown facts they will reveal to us in the New World Order. Let's wait and see. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe.